we have another throwback review. This time we have the Transformers Cybertron Sideways, or the Galaxy Force Deluxe Class Noisemaze. I never had this figure. What I did have was the repainted Transformers Universe version of this figure, which was, I think, Senator Ratbat. Oh, well, it wasn't Senator Ratbat, it was just Ratbat. And I did a review of that figure, I remember, I think on the FX France channel. It was a pretty cool figure, and this was the original mold. Big thanks to my good buddy Robert for loaning me this figure to review. The figure was released way back in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a closer look at the details of this Transformers Cybertron Sideways.
Sideways. Cyber Key Power!
Head to toe, the figure stands at about 15¼ centimeters tall, or about 6 inches tall. And for comparisons, here he is with his fellow Planet X agent from the Cybertron or Galaxy Force line as well. We've got Voyager class Soundwave. Here he is with some modern movie figures. We've got, I guess, not modern anymore. This is my vintage 2009 Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Bumblebee. He's about the same height. And we have a more recent figure from the movie line, the Studio Series from the Last Night Deluxe Class Hot Rod. And to compare him with the recent Generations figure we've got from the 5-pack Legacy United Trailbreaker or Earthrise Trailbreaker. So the figure has some pretty cool gimmicks. Let's begin with his Cyberplanet Key gimmick. Now, unfortunately, my buddy kind of misplaced the Cyberplanet Key. It looks something like this. It kind of looks like Paleotrex's head with some spikes and an orange, amber orange core, which is actually pretty cool. So since we don't have that, we're gonna borrow from Starscream and let's see if this works. So Autobot faction logo on his shield. This is a non-removable shield, and then when you insert the Cyberplanet key, it switches to Decepticon. Like I mentioned earlier, he's really he manipulates both sides, and out pops the spikes or energy blades from his shield. Now he's got this melee weapon, which is actually made of two pieces, two parts, and these are actually the wings on the jet in his alt mode, and you can just plug them right here on the sides of his legs just to store them, and that's where they actually go in jet mode. So that's pretty cool. He's got some pretty cool weapons. He's got this freakishly incredible head sculpt, which has a clear core center, which just filters enough light for some really cool light piping. That's pretty cool. He feels like he's like a vampire sort of Decepticon, Autobot Decepticon, or Transformer, and rightly so that he was repainted as Ratbat. I thought that was a pretty good retool and repaint. As far as articulation goes, the neck is on a swivel. That's on a hinge right here because of the transformation. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any waist or torso articulation because of the way the torso transforms into Cybertronian alien jet mode. Shoulders, you swivel forward and backward 360. He's got hinges allow you to move the arms in and out. He's got a bicep swivel, hinge elbow, and wrists have swivels. Hips are on ball joints, allow you to do the splits, kick forward and backward. It's got a thigh swivel. Hinge knees, mostly because of transformation. The feet have hinges because of transformation. No ankle rockers. Paint apps. This is how cool paint apps were back in the early 2000s. They don't really fade. This is how they've been. And the metallic silver, metallic bronze highlights, you've got some orange here and there. This is how it looked like, I believe, minimal fading. It's how it looked like when it was first released. Really metallic colors. I mean, I don't think they can make figures like this anymore. They were really good back in the day. Just great quality. So transformation can be a little tricky, but I'll do my best to show it off. So let's begin. What you want to do, you want to fold the backpack up. You want to tuck the head inside this. It looks like a head, but that's the cockpit of the alien spaceship. So you want to just rotate and tuck that head right there. And I love that the horns form sort of like fangs on this bat-like cockpit. So fold the arms back. You want to disengage, and then you want to split the pelvis. Just be careful. And then the feet, you want to fold them as well as the heel spur. You want to pop open the wings on the legs. They're just gonna stay right here. Okay, just gonna fold out, rotate like that, just so they're out of the way. Okay, and then what we want to do is you want to fold the arms and collapse them here. Now it's a little tricky because this bit right here, his shield, is not removable, and you'll have to find a way to just squeeze it through the rear wings. So once you've done that, you're gonna settle in the arm. Okay, then this other arm is also gonna fold in. All right, sorry I didn't rotate it properly. All right, there we go. That looks better, nice and flush. Okay, and then this shield is gonna fold in and complete the back part of the ship. Now onto the legs. Legs again are also tricky, so what you want to do is you want to just fold these bits all the way up. The legs are going to rotate, and then they're going to collapse and form the sides of that ship. The toes are going to tab onto the sides. Rotate the other leg. It's a little tight because it's an old figure. And go ahead and fold those legs. Just collapse them, and then the feet are just going to tab onto the sides. Now the wings, you're going to find a way to tab the handles of the melee weapon onto those notches. So find a way to just rotate and fold the hinges and tab them there. And same thing here. You want to just line up those hinges so they kind of tab. They allow you to tab in the melee weapons to form the wings, and it's sort of like a reverse wing. It feels very, very alien. Essentially, that's his alt mode. It's a cool, badass looking ship. It feels like it could slice through a fleet of Autobots or Decepticon Seekers, you know, because of the reverse wings. And it looks very compact, very, very nice. It even has these tiny roller wheels. I mean, we don't see this kind of engineering or detail in figures nowadays, but I love the fact that we still had these. They're on pins. They actually allow you to roll the figure in alt mode on a smooth surface. Okay, so the gimmick does still work. You can pop up the shield and use any Cyberplanet key to activate the spikes or the blade gimmick, so you can slice other Transformers even more with these blades. So yeah, here is another fairly old figure. We have the Transformers Universe Hound, or Henkei Hound for some of you, because there's a Japanese version is Henkei. So yeah, he's pretty big-ish, relatively same scale. And it's a more modern figure. I'm going to bring in Kingdom Sideswipe, or War for Cybertron Trilogy Sideswipe. So, yeah, he's pretty big, pretty medium-sized deluxe class figure compared to today's deluxe class figures. And so some final thoughts on this Cybertron or Galaxy Force Sideways or Noisemaze. I really like this figure. One of the best molds in the line, I would say. In fact, one of the best figures from the line of Cybertron figures. It's a shame that I got rid of my Rat-Bat, and man, I've seen this on shelves way back when. I was just too busy studying or doing other things. I hadn't gone back to collecting, and I saw these guys on the shelf, and they were selling for what, $10? And it went on clearance for something like $6 or something like that. Transformers were cheap back in the day, and the quality of these figures, man, they were so impeccable, and they do not make figures the way they used to. I wish they would reissue these figures. I would totally be down for that. This figure is going to get a 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this figure. I wish I could get one for myself. Maybe I'll go hunt for one, but these things are just selling so expensive right now. And if you ever find anyone who's willing to part with them, but if you have this old figure or any other Cybertron figures back in the day, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this Transformers Cybertron Deluxe Class Sideways or Galaxy Force Deluxe class Noisemaze. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.